are with the Omega Level Nerds. D Square. I don't know if he ever tells you to get in the chopper. Get in it now. Come kill me. I'm here. J100.
Her. Yeah, she was.
I can holler at her. I gotta fight Cyclops and Wolverine to get that Jean Grey. Never mind, forget all that. I'm gonna hit up.
Right, exactly.
Jelly Rose.
But I'm very, very looking forward to a Doctor Doom that does not suck. I'm actually looking forward to more figures since I do collect them.
And Volsker. Naked.
You know what's funny is I was about to say, could it be that Marvel girl looks like she's trying to get Twitch viewers?
Yeah, exactly. Are gonna get real nerdy for you real nerds. That's right. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it is time for the Omega Level Nerds to talk nerdy to you. We've got a great show lined up for you. Of course, the Mandalorian Chapter 9, the Marshal, has dropped. And we're going to talk nerdy to you about that. As well as we're going to watch a improvised filibuster from the show Parks and Rec, of course, done by Patton Oswalt. So you may be familiar with him. Funny scene. And then we're just going to touch on rumors about the next Star Wars The Force Unleashed entry. And, of course, Sony, big acquisition. They purchased Crunchyroll. And, of course, anything else that these wonderful Omega Level Nerds want to talk about. We'll check up on the X of Swords watch. Make sure all you Wednesday warriors know what is coming out in your local comic book shops this week. And then end everything with what you're reading, playing, or watching. But before we do, let's check in with the awesome Omega Level Nerds. Volsker, what's good with you? How was your week?
Yeah, this week was, I'd say, pretty tight. A little frustration at work, but good weekend. Seemed a little short, but it was a really pretty good week. So no complaints here.
Okay, that's always a good thing for sure. And Jelly Rose, how has your week been?
It's pretty good, other than the fact that my son wants to play a million freaking instruments and is now playing auto sax, which them things are expensive.
Yeah. Instruments are
So-
very expensive because they're hunks of precious and semi-precious metals, and so yeah, drives up the cost. And J100, man, what's going on with you?
I am chilling like a villain, literally, because I have gloves on. It's so cold in my house right now. We have radiators, and they turn them on whenever they want to. And I guess they didn't think today was the day they wanted to turn them on. It's the coldest, windiest day of the year so far.
Yeah.
But as far as the week has gone well. This week is kind of a bittersweet week, because it is the end of my 9 to 15 hour streams almost every single day. I have to go back to the workforce, but I'm excited because I am working at a pretty popular hey, can you get down, cat? Working at a pretty popular local used car dealership.
Yeah.
So I think that I'll do pretty well. So I just gotta let that marinate, and things will go pretty good. I voted today.
Awesome.
So I stood outside in that weather to do my patriotic. I can't even finish it. Anyway, so but then other than that, who they?
Yeah.
Who they?
Yeah.
Who they say they're gonna beat my Bengals? And just gaming it out and reading books and yelling at racist people who, come in my chat and tell me dumb shit. So pretty good.
Yeah. I've been in those streams, man. Loving getting them scrolls. Unfortunately, I was sad to find out that I don't have enough followers yet. So please, Yeah.
Oh, you got to get a certain amount of followers. All right,
Yeah,
I will
100.
fix that the next time. You
Because
play Stream Raiders.
yeah, that shit is fun, and I'd love to do that while I'm like
Right.
bagging and boarding, and then it's
Right.
just it's fun as shit, and
Yeah.
I've been having fun on your streams, and
That's
yeah,
that's what's gonna keep this stream going when I do it sporadically. Because I for now I get home pretty early, so like I'm gonna jump on and make sure let everybody know I'm not going anywhere.
yeah,
It's just not gonna be from 10 to 2 o'clock in the morning. It's gonna be from 5 to 2 o'clock in the morning. Okay.
yeah, I get it. Okay, but yeah, good job on that shit, man. All right, so let's talk about something I'm very excited to talk about, and that is the fact that The Mandalorian Season 2 is upon us. It released on Friday. I've seen the episode twice so far, and I just simply love it. I love that, Jon Favreau, of course, directed this episode, so you can, definitely tell it's high quality. But just all the Easter eggs, if that's what you want to call them, everything cool that you fucking see, plus the big reveal at the end of the episode, it's just fucking epic. The Mandalorian is the best TV show that has ever existed. There, I said it, but it is what it is, and it's just fucking awesome. So I know I watched it. Volsker, I know you watched it. We'll see if Jay was able to peep that or not. But the episode actually, it does awesome. So the episode starts where the Mandalorian and Baby Yoda go to visit this person to get clues on where he could possibly find another Mandalorian in order to aid him in his quest to take Baby Yoda back to the Jedi. The child, whatever you want to call it, sure. I did not know at first until I read the credits after the show that John Leguizamo was playing that Cyclops alien. So that was pretty cool.
That's fun.
Okay, I can see that. That.
Exactly. Now that you knew, and when I went back and saw it, I'm like, I see it. Yes. I'm the violator, girly man. Yeah.
Yes.
Yep. So that was cool. So yes.
The cameos they do in these are nuts. Like,
yeah,
it's insane because but when we were talking about the season 1 with Hamill as being a droid and shit, like, it's crazy.
Yeah, absolutely. And so outside of that scene there, the whole show takes place on Tatooine. And when I learned that at first, I will admit that I was like, oh, really, Tatooine? Ugh. Okay.
What's wrong with Tatooine?
It's just like, okay, we're always there. But
that's what
it's the most important planet in the whole.
Well, believe me, my feelings, my rollings of the eyes, quickly reversed. As we get to Tatooine, of course, the Ripley ripoff character. I can't remember the character's name in this series. It was cool to see her. But yeah, great fucking Easter eggs as he's on Tatooine. He finds his way to this place called Mos Elgo. I believe I'm saying that right. Because he's heard that there's a Mandalorian. Something like that, yeah.
I know what you're saying.
Yeah, I think you might be right. But either way, it's like this very, very small town in Tatooine. He rolls through it, and this shit does not shy away from being a Western at all, okay? This is a Western. Now, mind you, I don't even like Westerns, other than Unforgiven. I like that Unforgiven movie. But outside of that, I don't even like...
But this one was cool because when you get there, there's a twist.
Yeah, absolutely. So he goes into this cantina and basically finds out that the Marshal of this town, he steps in and he's wearing Boba Fett's armor.
I'm Boba the Fett.
Yeah.
Let's
Let's not shy away. What did you guys think when you saw that? At first, when you saw his armor walk in, what did you like? Did you geek out?
I don't know why I immediately knew it wasn't Boba Fett, and I actually I wasn't sure
Oh,
if
I
it
know
was. Why's that?
Because he was walking like a doofus. Usually, like
Right.
every time this dude was walking in the armor, this would piss me off the whole show. He was
Yeah.
walking in the armor like it was too heavy for him. Like,
Yeah.
go to the gym, get your weight up, fam. Like, what is it? What you think? You supposed to be wearing this armor? You walk around like your arm broke and shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, it was annoying that whole episode. You could just tell that like they had to magically cut this shit. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I mean, no, that's exactly right. Like, he just did not carry himself the way, Boba Fett did in the armor. No, I absolutely agree with you there. So, you find out it's this Marshal guy, and he does tell an interesting story, though. And I love how it calls back to, they learn through the HoloNet that the second Death Star has been destroyed, the Empire is crumbling, but as they're celebrating that, the mining collective comes in and makes it a slave village. Now, this Marshal guy, he ends up being able to escape from that. He's able to steal these gems from him. Not him, but the mining collective. But that's all he's able to grab. He's wandering the desert with these gems, these canister of gems. Finally, the Jawas come across him in their sand crawler, and they pop open the canister and find out what's in it. They're very much interested in it. And so they're offering him, all this shit. By the way, so Easter egg time, the R4 droid, that is the exact same droid that we see from A New Hope. The one where its motivator blew out and all the, smoke came out of its head. And you know that because that droid, the R4 that's in this episode, has it has carbon scoring that it would have from the events of The New Hope. So major Easter egg number one there is that's the same fucking R4 droid. Nonetheless, he ends up trading those gems for a set of Mandalorian armor, Boba Fett's armor. Now, how the Jawas came across Boba Fett's armor, who knows?
Well,
knows?
I speculate that the Sarlacc couldn't digest the Beskar.
Yeah.
Through it.
Like spit it out, yeah.
They also mention, well, I'll get to it later because
but yeah, because at the end, okay, never mind.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I know, man. I'm with it. So anyway, the Mandalorian sees this. The guy takes his helmet off. So Din is like, okay, this dude's not a fucking Mandalorian. Off rip. And they have.
What's up, buddy? Take my helmet off, man. What's going on, bro?
Right.
I was like, oh,
yeah,
that is not. Hey, that is not the way at all.
Right away, like, oh shit.
Yeah, I thought, right.
You take your helmet off, bang, 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 bang.
Exactly. I thought
West Side.
Yeah, I thought Din might take him out right then and there, but nonetheless, they have this dialogue, and Din's just like,
Mandalorians are a gang, you know that, right?
Right. Yeah, absolutely. And so he basically lets the Marshal know.
Mandos.
Yeah. He lets the Marshal know that, like, okay, I'm taking the armor. And as they do this, they're interrupted by this huge thing that's crawling underground, comes up, grabs one of their banthas, eats it, goes away, and the Marshal basically describes it as a crate dragon, which instantly piqued my interest because I know what a crate dragon is. I knew it before this episode, and so I was immediately excited that they're fucking talking about crate dragon shit. So anyway, this Marshal that's wearing Boba Fett's armor and the Mandalorian strike a deal where he's going to help him kill this crate dragon. And I'm like, holy shit. Episode 1 of a new season, and they're going to fucking hunt down a crate dragon. And so that's cool in itself, but what's really just a kind of a cool message was obviously the sand people. They come across sand people that know a lot about crate dragons, and so they enlist their help. The townspeople, have to fight alongside these sand people who, the sand people have actually raided their village before, so they're kind of enemies. Mm-hmm. Of course, the Mandalorian, he knows how to talk. He knows the sign language, he knows the grunts, so he basically brokers this alliance where they're going to try and get this crate dragon and kill it. And yeah, it's just great. It's just awesome because they They devised this plan to work together, and I really can't. I mean, it's like movie epic level dragon shit, and it's just I couldn't believe I was seeing this in a television show. I just couldn't fucking believe
had to
it.
be fucking astronomical. It was insane.
Yeah, it truly must have been, and they end up killing the thing. But again, I'm not giving it justice. So you have not fucking watched the show. You got to watch it. And I guess the deal was, so for them all coming together to do this, because the humans or non-sand people, they wanted the crate dragon gone because their thinking is at some point it can just come eat the whole fucking village.
Mm-hmm.
The sand people want it gone for basically the same reason, but they also have said, by the way, when we kill it, we get its body, we get its insides. And I think for most people, they'd be like, why the fuck was that? But I instantly knew why, and I'll talk about it in a little bit. Outside of that, the deal was then the sand people would never raid the humans again, or at least, well, it's not all humans. There's other aliens there as well.
They wouldn't
But
raid that village.
they wouldn't raid that village again unless someone from that village fucked with them first. So yeah, they end up like, and it's Din Djarin is one of the most badass Star Wars characters that exist. To be able to fucking go inside the crate dragon, because their original plan didn't work. Their original plan is we bury these charges, we bring it out because its belly is soft, and then we explode these charges, once we get it out enough. And, well, although they're successful, it still doesn't kill it. And there's one bantha left with a bunch of charges that are strapped to it. So, yeah, the Mandalorian ends up getting the crate dragon to swallow him and the bantha. But then he uses that rifle of his with an electronic discharge, gets out of the crate dragon, and then detonates the bombs inside. And boom, it's done. The crate dragon, the mighty... Fuck yeah, that was cool. I expected him to maybe blow out of the belly, but yeah, he obviously had more of a plan than I could figure. So yes. So they get the crate dragon dead. The sand people are chopping in it. Looks like Mandalorian and Baby Yoda are getting some crate dragon steak to take with them, which is cool. But then the sand people find the crate dragon pearl. I knew that was as soon as I heard about crate dragon, I'm like, if they kill that thing, they're gonna get a crate dragon pearl. It's on the stream. Me and my Omega level wife and myself, we did a little Mandalorian watch party. So you can watch that and see I predicted that in the middle of the episode. What's that?
I guess you can because you're providing commentary, right?
Yeah, just commentary. I piped in the sound, not the video itself.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah.
Technically, you can only do like Prime shit since it's Twitch.
Yeah. So it was basically just like an audio commentary thing. But yeah. Okay. So yeah, I knew what was coming. And so anyway, they find it. I was like, oh cool, they're actually fucking doing it. They got a crate dragon pearl. That's the rarest thing on the planet. Because, not many people get into the belly of a crate dragon and live.
The belly of the beast.
That's going to be significant at some point. Maybe not even in the show, but the fact that thing exists now is actually more significant than probably a lot of people realize. It's the absolute best lightsaber component. Like, you want to make a badass lightsaber, you want to use a crate dragon pearl as the crystal.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
There's a crate dragon pearl lightsaber.
Yes.
When who has a lightsaber that is not with a kyber crystal?
I don't know.
Old Republic type shit.
I don't know of anyone in canon that does, but in the Knights of the Old Republic video game, this mission is exactly from that game. You go to Tatooine, you hunt a and kill a crate dragon, and you get a crate dragon pearl from it. And yeah, it's like the absolute best thing that you can put into a lightsaber as far as a focusing crystal goes, or at least pieces of it. You see how big it is. I mean, I also know a lot about it from the RPG pen and paper game, so I would always make sure my players somehow got a hold of that. So that's cool. That's just, it totally made me geek the hell out over the fact that we're fighting crate dragons. We got crate dragon pearls.
That might actually be some next generation Star Wars canon.
Sure.
Lightsabers with
I mean,
Rey and stuff like
you know, somebody finds out, hey, the Sand People have a crate dragon pearl. Like, oh shit. It could be a whole thing, whether it's in the show or
Vader come back from the grave. Hold on, I got this. Let me go get it for you. Let me get some revenge for my mama. Remember me, motherfucker?
Yeah. You killed my mother.
Motherfucker.
Now I'll take your kyber crystal.
Anakin's back. Anakin's back. I hate them. I hate them.
I learned how to come from the dead just so I could kill you and take your crate dragon pearl.
So it says that the Crate Dragon Crystal officially appeared in mentioning in Hair to the Jedi, Star Wars Commander, Aftermath, The Empire's End, and then The Mandalorian.
Yep, and again, it's also in the Knights of the Old Republic. Right.
And Star Wars Galaxy, they said that you have to actually get it from a Tusken Raider for killing a Crate Dragon. So...
Yeah. So that's cool. That's some deep level Star Wars shit that I just fucking love that was in this episode. But beyond that, okay, so we've already got Boba Fett's armor, and we're already wondering how that came to be. You know, what's going on with that? But the episode is ending, the camera pans over, and we see this figure, and it's like, oh, who the fuck is that? He turns around, and it's Boba Fett. Or, if it's not Boba Fett, it's a clone. But nonetheless, it's the actor that played Jango Fett in the episode 2, and I'm pretty sure it's Boba Fett.
Now there's
my
where I geek the
backpack.
fuck out.
My backpack's got jets, and I'm Boba the Fett, and I bounty hunt for Jabba the Hutt to finance my vet. Wiki.
Yeah, that's fucking great.
That's the ringtone. That's the ringtone of my phone.
That's
Nice.
awesome. That is fucking great.
Really.
So there
So
you go.
nerdy I am. My phone rings, and people are like, "What is that?"
Mine was
Star
Final
Wars shit,
Fantasy. Mine was Final Fantasy Victory Fanfare until I got an iPhone, and then you have to go through shit, and I don't change it. Okay.
I did that too. I did that, and then I had one of the other fight songs. One of the fight songs. I think it was 7 or 8.
Yeah.
No, it was 7. It's definitely 7.
All right. So, yeah. Great fucking start to the second season of The Mandalorian. If you sat through all that and still haven't watched it, I don't know what to tell you, but yeah.
Oops. Sorry.
Yeah.
Guess you need to be a Star Wars fan.
Yeah. Yeah, we come heavy here, man. So it's spoilers. Oh, yeah.
Right. Yes, that is what she says.
Now I do want to bring attention.
Yeah.
Our wonderful, lovely Jelly Rose. While she is not a Mando or big Star Wars fan, she is drawing a picture of the child live as we're talking.
Yes. Which actually makes me think of a point I wanted to make. Kudos to fucking Favreau here, because as popular as the child is, it's not all about the child for season 2. Like, he did one funny thing. You saw him in some scenes.
mean, it never was about the child.
Right. No. And kudos to him for not like saying, oh, we got to get, more of, I mean, obviously he's sticking to his guns here.
Like marketing kind of
And
shit.
I mean,
Right.
that's what he did with Iron Man too. Like when he's balled deep in something, he goes with his plan. He doesn't listen to people. Like, and that's what I love about him as a director and a producer.
Yeah.
And that's why I want him more involved. Like, I want to see him direct a full-fledged movie. I think he would fucking kill it.
I agree. I absolutely agree. I mean, he's just not relenting in the slightest, and that's awesome. All right, we'll talk about not relenting. So I watched a clip. Actually, it's an extended clip of Patton Oswalt doing an improvised filibuster on the show Parks and Rec. And I don't know. For those of you that haven't seen it, you may find it interesting. And if you have, this is actually an extended cut of that. So maybe you see a little bit you didn't see before. But nonetheless, it's got some really cool kind of context to it that I want to talk about afterwards. But either way, pure enjoyment. So let's, so nerds, if I'll tell you when I press play here, do you all have it queued up? I want to do it at the same time. Okay. All right.
Let's be one. There can only be one.
All right. So I am going to press play in 3, 2, 1.
Should have somebody narrating this.
Yeah. Well, it's old. It's like this Thursday. Like, yeah, it's been a while.
I'm sorry, this isn't real John Williams.
Article 7, Section 3 allows for a citizen filibuster. If I stand here and refuse to yield my time, you are prohibited from voting on the bill. Let the filibustering begin. As many of you have noted that use the internet, it has been announced that Disney has acquired the rights to the Star Wars franchise, and in the summer of 2015, we will see the release of Star Wars Episode 7. Herewith is my proposal for the plot of that movie. Begin with standard title sequence and John Williams fanfare, followed by a scroll to be written. I would like to mention that Brian De Palma wrote the original opening scroll for Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope. I think it would be a nice nod to the franchise if he were to write this opening scroll. Then, pan down from the twin suns of Tatooine. We are now close on the mouth of the Sarlacc pit. After a beat, the gloved Mandalorian armor gauntlet of Boba Fett grabs onto the sand outside the Sarlacc pit, and the feared bounty hunter pulls himself from the maw of the sand beast.
Okay, this is exactly...
And we realize that he survived his fall during the battle at Jabba's palace ship. Then do a hard cut to a repurposed Imperial destroyer, which has now been taken over by the rebels. Commander Luke Skywalker, now a full Jedi Knight, training new Padawans, is using, ironically, his father Anakin's red lightsaber, which will be a symbolic, I think, visual for his battle with how to both bring about the new Jedi Order while still acknowledging his father's fall from grace. As he is training
like,
the Padawans, we pan outside of the control window to a nearby asteroid where we see, and please allow me to finish this because it's going to seem like a bit of a jump, we see Thanos, who was the villain teased at the end of the first Avengers movie. Now, Thanos, as you know, owns the Infinity Gauntlet, which has the Time Gem, the Mind Gem, the Power Gem, the Space Gem, and the Reality Gem. If he holds the Reality Gem, that means he can jump from different realities. This will be our link to the Marvel Universe from the Star Wars universe. We then cut to Earth. Tony Stark realizes that there is... Tony Stark realizes that there is a...
I know who that is. This is the first person I've known.
Tony Stark realizes, I do not recognize the chair. Tony Stark realizes that there has been a disturbance in what he will call a time ribbon. For the time being, I will allow J.J. Abrams to think of a better term for this. And he then starts to assemble the cream of the Marvel Universe, not the second-tier superheroes that we saw in the first Avengers movie. I'm sorry, but Hawkeye and Black Widow are not first tier. He would go find, Spider-Man. Spider-Man exists in that universe. He would go find Moon Knight. He would go find Daredevil. He would go find Hercules. And then that can bring in the entire pantheon of Greek gods that we saw in Clash and Wrath of the Titans. So now we have a giant franchise tie-in. Now, cut back to the Imperial Star Destroyer. Luke gets a visit from, and we only show this from the boots up first. So we show these like black boots with and then we pan up and, oh my God, it's Han Solo. But he's older and grizzled and really like focused and cool. Like he's seen some really bad stuff and he actually seems shaken. And Luke is like, what's wrong, old buddy? And that's when Han drops Chewbacca's severed head onto the floor. Yes, in front of all the Padawans.
No way. Kids aren't going to like
this.
this.
In front of the Padawans.
Kids are not going.
Please let me finish. Thank you. The Padawans are all horrified, and Han says that the planet Kashyyyk has been destroyed by this very mysterious force. Now we know, this was Thanos. Thanos is beginning to, gather power in this new universe. So while they take Chewie's head down because we've seen that, they can build new bodies. They're going to build Chewie, this really cool robot. I'm thinking spider body, like a cool spider body with Chewie's head and ion cannons on it. But that will be in the, he'll come back. That'll be the post-credits tease of this film. So keep that in mind. So I don't want you guys bummed out because Chewbacca's not dead. He will come back. Then Luke looks down and Han's wedding ring is gone. Hey, what happened with you and Leia? And Han's like, don't even get me started on that. So now we don't know where did Leia go? Where did Leia go? She's not gone, but we will find out in a second.
The female part's a little underwritten so far, sir. I'd like to point that out.
I'm citizen filibuster. Thank you, and really thank you for respecting our town laws by interrupting me during this. Where was I? Yes.
Exactly
then
why we need
at the edge of the Star Destroyer's orbit, suddenly the time ribbon begins wavering, and what comes through? The X-Men's Quinjet. That's right. What we did was back on Earth, we showed him gathering up all the heroes, but we didn't see him gathering up the X-Men. So, oh my goodness! Now Wolverine's going to be there. Now Cyclops is going to be there. So the Quinjet comes through. Luke gets in his X-wing to go out and meet them, and they engage in this awesome star battle. And it looks like the Quinjet actually is going to shoot Luke down, and suddenly this volley of lasers comes in, and what comes flying in is we think it's going to be the Millennium Falcon, just like in Episode 4 when he comes in and saves him during the Battle of Yavin. But no, it is Slave One. That's right, Boba Fett ship Slave One has to save Luke because, of course, he's trying to track down Han. He can't have Luke die. So then now it's a battle between the Quinjet, between the X-Wing, between Slave One, and then we see that Millennium Falcon is flying away. So now Slave One goes off to do that. But then we cut down to Coruscant, where Princess Leia is now consulting with Lando Calrissian. Now, it looks like they're just having a very intense meeting about trade regulations and about, I will not finish my speaking, about trade regulations but then suddenly when the rest of the council meeting leaves, they fall into each other's arms. Oh my God, Lando Calrissian and Princess Leia are having an affair, and that is why Han Solo, because look, Lando Calrissian was like, hey, if I'm going to lose the Millennium Falcon to you, I'll just take your woman. And he has. So then we set that triangle up. Now, cut back to the Quinjet, and Reed Richards from the Fantastic Four is piloting it. Oh, it was a fake out. It's him, and we have select members of the X-Men that I thought, in my opinion, were not focused on properly in the earlier films. We have Colossus in there. Yeah. We have X-23, which is Wolverine's daughter. And then we have a now mind-controlled Sabretooth and, of course, Wolverine. So imagine those two going up against Robot Chewbacca, because that's going to happen. That is what we're teasing right now. I literally have no fluid in my mouth. I got to do a Marco Rubio. Can we please cut?
Yeah. So yes, that was all improvised, by the way. So for those of you who have never saw it, or maybe if you saw it and forgot it, but let's talk about. So this was back in 2013. Chris Pratt is on the show and on the clip. Later becomes Star-Lord, right? Guardians
He
of
would
the Galaxy.
be the next character in the sequel.
Right. But yeah, this is 7-8 years ago. Boy, his shit doesn't seem that far-fetched though, does it? I mean, other than the universe combining, but just think of all the shit he talked about.
I was like, wait a minute, what you mean?
You know, he's talking about Princess Leia and Han's relationship being complicated, and yeah, so just funny shit. But yeah, Patton Oswalt is awesome, and he did that all off the top of his head there. So I gotta give him mad respect, and I think he's pretty close to the mark there on some of that shit. Again, outside of the universe melding there. So Parks and Rec, an awesome show, but that was an awesome part of that.
It was. I liked it when they had the little part they had in the show.
Yeah,
fit the whole narrative of the episode.
Yeah, that is cool. But just have a mention Spider-Man in the MCU, the X-Men. Just there's a little bit of prophecy here. I just time ribbon. I'll allow JJ to come up with another name. Funny.
That's pretty hilarious.
One thing though that even though that's kind of like a tongue-in-cheek kind of Parks and Recreation ridiculous episode type of thing, that type of Star Wars fan gets on my nerves. You're not the director. You're not.
Right.
You're not J.J. Abrams. You're not George Lucas. You're not Jon Favreau. You're not. Yeah. So.
Well, and it's those type of people that turn into like the two like dorky dudes from Vought from The Boys that are like always coming up with the concepts and shit. Like that's kind of us. Yeah. That's kind of like that's what we that's it's a fun part of that show. But all right. Well, let's kind of move forward here and just talk about some news. So I didn't include this in the notes, not that I really needed to, but obviously, Sean Connery, he has passed away at the age of 90. I'm not going to throw any euphemisms or like tragic or anything like that, but sad to see him go. I guess most notable, James Bond. Of course, I remember him from yep, that's right, Highlander as Ramirez, which kudos to him because he played himself, right? I say, hey, I'm so Connery, but I'm gonna be he's gonna be a Spanish guy, a Scottish guy, an English guy. Like he played Sean Connery, yet he played all these nationalities, which I mean speaks to a grand amount of whitewashing, but nonetheless,
but still at the end of the day, it was still talent. I mean,
sure.
I don't necessarily agree with all of those role choices, but for the most part, he was able to display his depth and range.
Yeah. And so there you go. But yeah, James Bond, Highlander, Red October,
League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Yeah, League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. It's probably the last thing I ever saw him in. He was also in Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, Camelot.
One that I really like. If anybody out of here knows what it is, I'm gonna say Jay, but Finding Forrester.
Yeah, I've never heard of that.
I've heard of it, but I don't think I've seen it.
It's about basically a young black kid who's really smart, top grades, and he's granted access to a school that's above what he usually has access to. So they take him out of the bad area that he grew up in, and he's a star basketball player, star writer. He basically bonds with Sean Connery's character, which was a famous writer that kind of became a recluse after he went through bad shit, and he becomes a mentor to him.
That's interesting. I'm pretty sure I've heard of it, but I don't think I've seen it.
Great fucking movie.
I have an idea what you're talking about, but I don't think I've seen that whole movie.
K Pride in the chat says he's also in Conspiracy Theory and The Rock.
Yeah.
All right. So no, and you know what? I'm a little bit sad. I mean, obviously it's sad, but I was maybe kind of hoping they'd do a new Highlander here soon, and he'd have something to do with it. But I guess that's just not going to happen.
He was
For me, it was
90
like-
years old. What's he gonna do?
It was
Yeah.
like, Hubs,
Oh,
this
not
old
an
guy
only
died.
man
Who was
one.
he?
What? Whoa, what?
Better chicken and not shirt.
And then Hubs is like, dear, that was Bond. I'm like, oh, okay. Old guy died. He's like, okay, wife, get out of here. I'm like, okay, Hubs. I don't know. I don't know actors' names, so
wasn't
you
a
could name
movie
any
competition,
actor, and I'd just be
yeah.
like,
Yeah. You know, he actually passed up the chance to be in the Lord of the Rings. He chose League of Extraordinary Gentlemen over that. You see, he had no idea. He had no idea about, and maybe it was a Scottish English
Yeah,
thing.
Lord of the Rings. We're like, okay, we're gonna pitch you a movie. It's a fantasy movie that's 17 hours long.
Right.
So, like, you in?
And trees walk the whole fucking
No, I'll
thing.
think I'll do it. League of Extraordinary
the whole thing. These
He's
two
like-
guys are walking.
Yeah.
The whole thing.
He reads the
And
script.
then, you know, we span over to random things sometimes, but it's mainly just these two guys walking. They're on a date.
Oh my god.
They're going to, you know, the mountains. They have a ring. You know what's happening there.
Are we talking
on
about
that
Brokeback
mountain.
Mountain or Lord of the Rings here?
I don't know. I got a little confused.
No,
Hollywood.
he reads the script, you know. He's like, well, they're just walking all the time. That's all they do is walk. Doesn't Gandalf have the eagles? Can he just fly 'em? Ah, no. No, thank you. All right. So, yes.
I think my version was better.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh my god.
Somebody make my version.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna swing back over to the Star Wars universe just right quick here. Something that I just read. Now it's rumors. Nothing has been confirmed, but Gamer Rant is reporting that apparently we may get the next installment of the Force Unleashed video game. So I was a huge fan of Force Unleashed 1, and I liked Force Unleashed 2. It was just it was shorter, and it wasn't that much different than the original Force Unleashed, but nonetheless, I thought there were really fun games, and the crazy shit that you could do with Starkiller was really, really cool. So I'm very excited to at least see that this could be possibly coming back.
Make it canon.
Yeah. It was supposed to be canon. It was.
It was canon until
Disney came in.
What if
Yeah.
we take Fallen Order, and the sequel is actually the next Unleashed because it takes place around the same time.
Yeah, they do. That'll be interesting to see how they meld that into everything. How do they explain? Because he basically in the games before they became non-canon, like Starkiller kind of started the rebellion, and obviously that's not how it went down with the new established canon. So it'll be interesting to see how they do it. I mean, Force Unleashed 2 does kind of end on a little bit of a cliffhanger, so it'll be nice to get that resolved. But yeah, definitely excited, even if it is EA.
It has to be
with EA starting November 10th being part of Game Pass, you could potentially play that all for free.
Touche.
Oh, that's yeah, I actually didn't think of that at all, Jelly. That's an awesome point. Yeah, because I'd love to play the other two games again before that comes out, if it actually does.
They're
Touch
they
all
might be on
games.
there now. I own both of them on digital, but they might be on Game Pass now.
Yeah, I know one of them I got on my Xbox Gold. Actually, I have one of them as well that I can re-download. It may be the second one.
I think I got both of those for free. I have
Yeah,
a whole
that's-
bunch of them. I think they even give you the Lego for free.
Yeah. That was actually like a
Actually
month or
bought-
two ago. That was pretty recent.
I actually
I don't know,
bought
I just click
DLC.
stuff.
I actually
Like
bought
free.
DLC for that game when it was actually one of the first games I ever bought DLC for. But it's because they actually came out with some extra stages. It was like, hey, $10. We got a couple more stages. And I was like, oh, I fucking love this game, of course.
Oh yeah, then you know for sure EA will do it. Oh, money?
It was cool that they came out with extra missions. All right, and here's one that Volsker brought to my attention for you anime fans out there. So Sony, they're gonna buy Crunchyroll for $957 million.
It's a lot of fucking money for that company.
Well, originally they wanted, so that's just under $1 billion. And I wonder if Sony's like, I'm not fucking paying $1 billion for that. So it came down to 957.
999 million?
But they originally were looking to sell it for 1.5 billion. So Sony obviously
this is
talked
crazy.
down there. That's 100 billion yen, by the way.
So Crunchyroll, for those that are familiar, really became famous because they were one of the only original outlets for subs in America. And like Funimation was there, but Funimation was mainly dubs from what we know, and then Crunchyroll was all subs. They got into the, what is it called, where they like released it subbed within 24 hours of the release of the original episode. Like they were one of the first. They started dubbing some recently, and Sony has also worked on a lot of anime movies. Like, I'm pretty sure they were the ones who produced the Cowboy Bebop movie.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, they have their hands in it. They have their own animation company. Look at Into the Spider-Verse. So, it makes sense. But I'm calling it here now. If this does go through, I guarantee within 5 years, Microsoft buys Funimation.
Ew.
They're already partnering.
Wait. They're already partnered with them because don't you get like 6 months or 3 months, whatever, free with Game Pass right now?
Just starting this last month, you get a couple months free. I think so.
It's getting weird. Money's going all over the place because, for me personally, I'm hopefully putting myself in a position to be able to move and get my own place and all that stuff. So when I do that, I'm gonna need TV services because I kind of share Match. Like I have some already. I'm the one that has some, and then my roommate has some others and stuff like that. Like I got Disney Plus and animation, and she's got Hulu and Netflix and stuff like that. So
yeah,
when I'm buying my lonesomes, I'm looking at my streaming services is going to be as much as a motherfucking cable bill, so I can see 2 or 3 shows on each of them shits.
Well, did you see Netflix?
So
for 4K, they're going next month. Netflix is going almost $20 for 4K streaming.
Yeah, they're adding $1 to $2 on the normal subscription and even more on the family subscription. Starting next month. on one end, because here's J100 trying to be reasonable. On one end, I do kind of get where they're coming from with that because like what they're trying to, for how we want the platform and the UI and the all that, the smooth bandwidth and all that kind of stuff like that. No buffering, as little buffering as possible, but best quality. We're gonna have to pay for that. I'm just just trying to balance money out. That's why over at the end of the day, even though I have a Funimation, I still sometimes be streaming stuff, so I could.
I mean,
that's not on Funimation, whatever. You know what I mean?
But they're also one of the most, like, they are worth one of the most out of all, like, American companies, for one. And two, is this really a time you should be hiking something that people rely on for entertainment when we're in the middle of a pandemic?
Does anyone actually get discs from them still? Or does everyone just do digital?
You can.
Because I remember I used to, like, rent their disc, and I would burn them, and then I would send them back. So I have, like, a whole collection of anime.
He knows the way.
But that was like in high school, and I would sell kids discs at high school in school.
I'm sure most people are
a little different.
I'm sure most people are 99% on the digital side of Netflix, but you never know because people are starting to be wise to the whole, they're limited, they are limited owners on a lot of their content. So we could see a physical medium resurgence.
You don't really see physical very much either. Like, in every store, it's kind of getting smaller.
Yeah,
smaller.
I don't
But
really
then
want
you
physical
can't
copies
even
anymore.
find everything on like Hulu and Netflix and things of that sort. Like, so
Or complete seasons, because Hunter x Hunter has only got 2 seasons, and Netflix only has 4. But there's still more
who just
seasons
bought
than that.
the Peanuts rights?
Apple, I believe.
Yeah.
So that's not going to be on TV anymore. And I guess unless you already have a physical copy, who knows where it's going to be other than on Apple Store, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, shit's going crazy because I also shot this over to you guys. Did you guys read where Amazon says anything that's bought digitally through them is not actually owned by you? It's
Well,
just
that's what
a
I'm talking
limited
about.
license. So
That-
they can just
So-
take shit away. Even what you pay for, like you buy a $10 digital movie, they could just pull it away whenever they want.
Wait till
You
one of
don't
these
own it.
That's
platforms
like,
goes away. Has to
that's
shut
what
down.
Steam does. Anything you buy from Steam, if they take it off their thing, you no longer have it.
And it is Apple TV that got the rights for it.
One platform that does not do that, I believe, is called GOG. Like what is the term called?
It's GOG. It's DRM free, which, by the way,
Yes.
is owned by one of my favorite developers, CD Projekt Red.
Oh,
You
interesting.
know, lovely Cyberpunk and Witcher.
Speaking of Cyberpunk,
He left.
Oh, where
said
where
he's-
Volker go? What happened? Why you walk away?
pains me.
Somebody's crabby.
you are the canary that shows me that I am right to just not reserve anything ever, or at least if I do, to just these release dates are supremely arbitrary.
Yeah. Unless it's a console launch, don't fall for it, because the 2 biggest games that I've been waiting for have just continuously been pushed back. Thankfully, Last of Us I got to experience. Now Cyberpunk, some people are saying just push it back because they interviewed the developers, and the developers are not comfortable, but they're confident they can hit December.
What the fuck does that mean?
You should have watched this YouTube video that I recently watched that got sent to me. They're pretty much like that company that's making it is just dumpster fire.
I mean,
they just copy and paste all their games essentially. It's just the same thing over and over. Like they're kind of going down
like 3 big ones.
hill. Big.
I'm not a
They
big
copy and paste their
release date
stuff.
stickler because I don't care. Like, is it out today? Oh no. Oh, okay. Well, when's it coming out? Oh, that day. Oh, okay. Well, that day's here now. Is it out? No, I got pushed back again. Oh, okay. Well.
Hey, Jelly,
Oh, it's out now. I can go to the store and get it. Okay, I'll get it in a couple months when I got some money.
Yeah.
I ain't even getting over. I don't even get it on launch. No way. What happened?
You're holding the Mountain Dew logo. That's all you're holding.
Oh, that's funny. Look at that. Predator.
Sorry.
Oh.
Easily. Oh my god.
You were like really easily amused, like hardcore. It was just like,
I just seen her drinking.
oh, look, there's boobs. No, there's not boobs. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so there you go. Another delay for Volsker. I mean, I guess it's preferable than them releasing
Borderlands, man. You'd be alright.
Trash.
Yeah.
I mean, think of how many games they released when they should not have released.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Especially nowadays.
Yeah, you got a good point, but I'm just
Sea of Thieves was one of them. That should have
Yeah.
stayed in beta for a while.
But now look at it. It's actually people are raving how good it is now. But
But you know what? I got so sick of it, seeing that I was in the beta, that when they actually started adding new things to the game, I didn't even want to play it anymore.
Yeah. See, that's not fun. And that's where they got to be careful with beta testing too, like letting you play that long and stuff, because people get worn out. But I will tell you, I do have Watch Dogs Legion, so I can use that to waste some time since I got that for free. We are literally 11 days away from the PS5 and Miles Morales. Now that is going to fill some time for me.
Damn, like shit is coming up. I
Right?
got shit to buy, man. God damn.
We got the Series X.
Hey,
9 days.
people who are from my chat, you're gonna have to donate to something because there's some games that brother need to buy. Okay,
I'll
I'm
make a
just
level
saying.
nerds wish list.
Yeah.
Just stick to PC.
That may be the play. That's for
Oh.
sure. That's for sure.
I don't want to have to buy no systems. Like, that's just too much.
I need to get a solid state drive though. That's really what I need to focus on. But anyway.
Oh, you can pick those up cheap right now. Going into Black Friday, you can
I've noticed.
You can get you a terabyte for like $80.
Yeah. Exactly. It's not an expensive upgrade. It can make a lot of difference.
Used to be, but yeah, now it's like, yeah.
Yep.
Advancement in technology.
I got a 970 Evo 970 plus Evo Plus. I think it costs like $97 or something like that.
It's one of the best ones rated, actually.
That's what Lights the Kitten says. He says just stick to PC. I think you're right, brother.
I mean, shit, I'll tell you, with an SSD, man, the best thing that I love is takes literally 10 seconds to boot up my computer. I fucking love it.
Right?
Yeah, I know.
I love it.
I know.
Love
That's how I saved money on my PC. Is it still has a standard, and
I
so
was like
yeah.
staring
like-
at my mom's computer, like, Mom, your computer's still not on. All PCs take that long. No, it does not, Mom. Mine turns on in like 2 seconds.
Well,
No, it does not. Yeah, Mom, it does. I will send you a video. Like Jizo Pete's.
on solid state makes a world of
That's
difference.
what she said.
I did just say that, man.
Oh, Lights the Kitten. Then I must have got it on sale then.
Yeah,
So because I paid like $100 for it.
Damn.
But 170 for a terabyte 970 Evo Plus is not bad. Oh wait, no, I take that back. That's how much I paid for the 870, the bigger one, the 2.5. You're right. I'm sorry, I mixed them up. I have those are my drives. I have a E60 Evo and a 970 Evo Plus. So one's an SSD, the other one is a SSD, but the bigger one.
Gotcha.
The bigger one. Wings.
Yeah, the non-plus, just the 970 Evo is 80 for a 500.
All right. Well, hey, we're going to talk computers here on the Omega Level Nerds. So there you go.
Cause we get nerdy.
Getting hot and nerdy up in here. You know it.
Getting sleepy and nerdy. I want to take a nap.
She's gonna fall out of her
Darn,
chair.
like time change. Like what the heck? Like, oh, I still gotta do schoolwork.
You know what we did do? We did get a time change that is actually probably messing things up right now.
Right? It's like,
yeah, you're right. It's actually like midnight-ish.
We need to stop messing with the time continuum and changing these and the leap years and all that. We need to. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just.
Also, if I'd appreciate if my power grid didn't fail, that would also have saved some time today.
it's going by slower. I think they're going by pretty fast because I swear, unless it's just me taking too many naps, just randomly fall asleep.
I mean, that would do it.
I
Yeah, I swear I was doing something. What was that? I don't remember what I was doing. That nap was nice.
I was
nice and
conking
warm.
out.
Problem is when it gets cold, I like bundle up in blankets and then I just take naps because then I'm all nice and cozy and warm and in a burrito.
Nice.
The jelly
I like
burrito.
blankets.
Jelly burrito.
Yeah, that's how I go to sleep.
I have to have like a leg hanging out of the
Yeah,
blankets
same
for
way.
I
some
can't
reason.
have my leg hanging
Can't be
out,
too loud.
otherwise my toes get bitten by the kitten.
Yeah, I remember my cat used to do shit like that, yeah. Alright, well, as mentioned, it is kind of getting late here, so let's go ahead, let's steam forward. I'm just touch real quick on the whole X of Sword watch thing. There was only one issue that was released that pertained to the X of Swords conflict. That was X of Sword Stasis number 1. You basically, it just kind of ran you through who all the enemy combatants were and their swords. A lot of data about that, so that's cool. But, you know, nothing that, unless you're pretty much reading, you know, that you need to know. But we do learn who is wearing the Annihilation mask, and it's basically who we thought it was. It's Apocalypse's wife, Genesis. So there you go. That's pretty much it on that. So the battle is set. The only other thing that really happened in that issue was the Saturine, the goddess, basically, that's running all this, is like meeting with all the different realms to make sure they're cool with a fight happening in their land. That's about it. That's about it. So that's it. We'll keep you abreast of that, but that's pretty much the major updates for this week. That I did.
Boobies.
It's silly time. All right, well, so let's go ahead and inch closer here to the end. Let's make sure all you Wednesday warriors know what's coming out in your local comic book shop this Wednesday. And we'll start with Boom Studios, Buffy the Vampire Slayer number 19, Mighty Morphin number 1. So that's basically a Power Rangers things, but yeah.
That's the reboot.
That's the reboot of the Volsker's yeah.
That I have a video posted on.
Yeah, check it out on Volsker's YouTube there.
You got
Absolutely.
lube in your hand?
No.
That's not lube, right? Like, I have no.
Rangers.
What are you planning after the podcast?
I was like, what the hell do you have in your
I
hand?
gotta connect with a morphing grid.
Oh.
This is not a family show anymore. I must turn off my camera.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, so we just get sound effects. We don't get to watch.
Yeah. Oh boy, that's greasy.
I think I broke Chewy.
So yeah, Mighty Morphin number 1 there. Origins number 1. We only find them when they're dead number 2, and Wicked Things number 6.
Is that a reprint of We Only Find Them Dead? Because I have 1 and 2.
Yes, I'm sorry. Yes, that is a second printed variant cover. My bad.
Really crazy.
My bad. Yeah, I know you said that you've liked it, so.
Rick also mentioned when he was on the
He
show
did.
that the ones.
Yep, our esteemed guest did mention that one last week. He certainly did. On the DC side of things, again, side note here, asterisk if you will, DC Comics does actually send out their stuff on Tuesday. So we've got Batman 102. So look forward to that there, Volsker. Deceased Dead Planet number 5. Dreaming Waking Hours number 4. That's actually number 4 of 12. Hellblazer Rise and Fall number 2. That's 2 of 3. Justice League number 56. We have Sweet Tooth The Return. That's 1 of 6. Is that Sweet Tooth from Twisted Metal? 1 second here.
Yeah,
Slight deviation. No, it's not. Okay, nothing to do with it.
That'd have been interesting though.
Yeah. Sweet Tooth was actually one of the more interesting Twisted Metal characters for sure.
Can we get a Twisted Metal reboot?
Yeah, why?
That, like Hobbs has been like, I want Twisted Metal, or he wants a blur
for what PS3?
between those two.
Didn't they do like right at the end of the PS3 lifespan? They did one.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what their problem with that is. You would think that's money. You would. And then
it was like a big thing too.
Oh, it was huge. I used to play the fuck out of that stuff back in PlayStation. PlayStation 2, they came out with Twisted Metal Black, which was fucking awesome. I haven't played it since then, but you know.
They used to fucking almost ruin that demo disc when they were doing it.
Hell yeah.
Is it
Hell
one
yeah.
on the PlayStation Mini?
I never got.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I have all the minis because they're freaking adorable. They're like little tiny little things and they're so cute, so I had to buy them
I
all.
thought that was the stupidest thing, but yeah.
They're adorable.
I have all the little Nintendo ones. I have the PlayStation one. I have the Sega one. Like, they're freaking cute.
I play the hell out of my Super Nintendo one, but I do want to jailbreak it to where you can like get everything on it.
Hubs has the little handheld Sega that has like 1 billion games on it. And he just walks around and plays it. He takes it to work and plays it sometimes.
Nice.
Like, how are you playing a freaking game at work?
Yes, Twisted Metal is on the PlayStation Classic.
The original one? That's cool. I think actually 2 was the superior one, but still, that's good. Anyway, rounding us out for DC, of course, Young Justice number 20. Let's see what else. IDW's got some stuff. Actually, this one I may actually start throwing in my file, although I have 0 funds to really do that. But anyway, Dungeons and Dragons at the Spine of the World, number 1.
Oh, that's all up your alley.
All of my, that's right, you got that. Batman, the Max Arkham Dreams, number 5 of 5. G.I. Joe, the Real American Hero, 275.
Go Joe!
Sergeant Slaughter.
Goosebumps,
That's the
Secret
only
of the
part I
Swamp.
remember.
Yeah.
Goosebumps.
Or, knowing is half the battle. My Little Pony, Friendship is Magic, number 91. My Little Pony, Transformers, number 4. Scareth Hood, number 1 of 4. Sonic the Hedgehog, number 34. Sonic the Hedgehog, Bad Guys, number 2. Star Wars Adventures, Shadows of Vader's Castle, number 1. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Janika 2, number 1. Transformers, number 24. Usagi Yojimbo, number 14. And Voyage to the Stars, number 3. Image does not look to have anything of note, really. Crossover, number 1, whatever that is. Marvel Comics. So we have The Amazing Spider-Man, number 51. Avengers, number 38. Black Widow, number 3. Captain Marvel, number 23. Deadpool, number 8. Hellstrom, Marvel Tales, number 1. Immortal She-Hulk, number 1. That's the second printing of that. Second printing, variant cover of Juggernaut, number 1. Marauders, number 14. So our X of Swords continues with Marauders, number 14. Spider-Man, Miles Morales Spider-Man, number 20. Rise of Ultraman, number 3 of 5. Then Shang-Chi, number 1 of 5 is going to get a couple second printings there. Star Wars, number 8. And Thor, number 9, along with U.S. Agent, 1 of 5. And we got a bunch of Venoms here, number 25, 26, and 28. With, different printings, 5th, 4th, and 2nd. Web of Venom Empire's End, number 1, which I'm like, that event ended a while ago, but okay. Wolverine Black, White, and Blood. Not something I'm interested in, but something you may be interested in if you're interested in comics that are in black and white, except for the blood. Not my thing, but...
They did Logan. They did a cut on that too. The whole
Interesting
movie.
twist.
Yep. Yeah, they did. Yep. Yeah, it's interesting. Not my bag, but it is interesting. And X-Men 14. So continue on with the X of Swords.
Pretty light week, actually.
Yeah, for me, that's only 2 books for me.
I think 3 for me.
I got no books because I'm too lazy to go to the store. That's a 5-minute walk. Like literally, my shop's a 5-minute walk. But then I had to cross a big scary street, and I'm afraid to get hit by a car. Those cars are scary.
Oh boy.
And I don't like walking. That's probably why I'm fat.
Yeah.
It's just too much effort.
It's too much effort.
It's way too much effort
to consume content.
I don't like walking.
I get it. No, I get it. Believe me, I gotta drive.
Somebody needs to take me there.
I have to drive 15 minutes to my comic shop, so.
Lieutenant Dane. We're gonna have to make a trip out to Sandusky though. Check out that Ollie's.
Yeah. I know.
You see those pictures I sent you guys?
Yeah, I really want.
You guys don't have a Target?
No, we do. It's pretty close. Yeah.
You didn't go check that? Oh, like ours has this big, nice, like nerdy section.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to pay more attention. I certainly will.
Like behind the books, like you gotta know where to look. But it's like a huge ass nerdy section where they have like all their pops and They have like horror figures. They have
Mm-hmm.
Gundam figures, and like they have a whole bunch of stuff there.
Yeah, because they have the rights, I think, to NECA. Like they signed a contract where all NECA figures go to Target first. But we gotta go to Sandusky so you can go to the Ollie's and go to that gigantic comic book section.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. So when you guys were like, ours don't have that, I'm like, what do you mean? Like ours has like a whole part of their freaking book section is all comics.
That's fucking sweet.
All right, Target. So these are freebies, but your next advertising marketing opportunities here on the Omega Level Nerds is open to you. Please DM me. All right. So yeah, Target's got cool shit. All right.
Target slide in them DMs.
Yeah.
Yeah, slide in those DMs. Send
First
me
one-
those
first
free,
one's free.
Target picks.
Wants to make you a target.
Next ones have to be paid.
I understand that one.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and get into our final segment. We're going to see what all the Omega Level Nerds, we're going to see what they're reading, playing, and watching. So J100, sir, let's start with you. What you reading, playing, and watching?
As far as reading, you know, I finally finished the Overturning the Culture of Violence book by Penny
Nice.
Hess that I was doing in book club. So that's
Mm-hmm.
it was a lot, but so is the public history of people of this country that people don't seem to know of. But watching kind of a lot. I kind of had, you know, the last few days or whatever trying to get some, I guess, like some me time, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And I went through a lot of Hunter x Hunter. I kind of was down in the dumps yesterday. So I literally watched the whole series of Adventures of Sinbad, Magi Adventures of Sinbad, because that character is like me. So I needed to, you know, remind myself who I was in anime form. So I watched the whole show. I started watching the 100 because my homegirl, she started watching that, and she was telling me, or she was asking me questions and stuff about it, and I didn't remember the exact stuff, so I started watching it too. I think that is about it for that. And then for playing, this has been Borderlands. I've been trying to find some time to, you know, kind of like play PlayStation and like, you know, play something else.
Mm-hmm.
Horizon Zero Dawn, get back into that or something like on off stream or whatever. But
Yeah.
I haven't really been. Usually I've been streaming, and again, considering that it's my last week. Today is the last day of. Well, I mean, not really. Today's the last day, but like today's the end of the, you know, J100 streaming on a damn time arc of my life until I can, you know, afford to do it on my own. Yeah, so that's about it. Nothing too crazy.
All right, cool.
But still fun at the same time.
Absolutely.
Good shows.
Absolutely.
Gotta get them scrolls.
I'm telling you, that stuff is fun, man. Please follow the Omega Level Nerds on Twitch or D-Square72. Yeah. Yeah, that's cool.
Can't forget about Stream Raiders.
That's a cool thing. I was really sad to see I couldn't host that yet. But
I got a little flying guy, and he was so cute, and then I somehow made
we'll
him
make
big.
you be
and
able to do that. We'll help you.
That
made
I don't
him
know how I
epic.
made him big, but he did
You
something.
gave him a potion. That's what you did.
So you guys heard it.
I
You
was
know,
just pushing the buttons.
D Square's Christmas Dreams is to be able to play this. So go over to twitch.tv/D Square72. Give him a follow so he can play Stream Raiders.
Or here, or Omega
Yeah,
Level
get
Nerds.
some people over here following.
Absolutely.
Oh my gosh, ow.
Much
Make his Christmas
appreciated.
dreams come true.
So, Jelly, other than Stream Raiders, what you reading, playing, or watching?
So we were trying to look for scary games to play, and my son started playing Friday nights at Freddy's, or 5 nights. I keep saying Friday, but I think it's 5.
Yeah, I think it is
Mom,
too.
you're saying it wrong. Okay.
Yeah.
So we're gonna sit here and stare at the stupid ass game that ain't doing nothing until it actually jump scares you.
Yeah.
Because this is a stupid ass game.
I just
We're
want to be
sitting
like
there-
Markiplier and scream on camera.
Right.
And he's like checking like all the things. I'm like, dude, your battery's going down. I'm like, can you not watch the other rooms? No. I'm like, so you just stay in this room? Yeah. So you stay in this room and you just check the cameras and the doors? Yeah. This is a stupid ass game. Is the second one better? Do you actually go anywhere?
Yeah.
So like, I don't know. Like I'm sitting there and like me and my daughter ate like a whole like 3 bags of popcorn watching him play this stupid ass game. And then
Yeah.
it was finally like, okay, we're gonna play something else. And he's like, goes in his room. So then the daughter takes the controller and starts playing Killer Instinct, which I don't know how that's a scary game either, but like whatever.
Yeah.
And then I fell asleep, so reading, I read smutty books because that's what I like.
Right.
Playing
does.
playing myself, I just pretty much played all the normal things. Been playing Genshin Impact. I didn't play Minecraft this week because I don't know what I did Tuesday. I didn't stream. We ended up raising while I streamed this week, and my other members of my team, we ended up raising over 900 for breast
Nice.
cancer awareness. So that was nice. Because I played Genshin Impact, then I played Raft, and then I played Satisfactory. I'm really liking Satisfactory for some reason, and Raft was very interesting as well. $1 hair. Yes, somebody played $1 so that I would change my wig because we were like $1 away from something.
That's
so
funny.
that's funny, but there's definitely a lot more things we're month for that.
Sweet.
Awesome. Bolsker, what you reading, playing, or watching?
So this week, it's been kind of a little bit light actually. So reading wise, I did finish Curse of the White Knight, which is fucking awesome, and I recommend Jay to read it, even though it is a Batman story. The ending fulfills all your dreams that Batman can do, and I am meaning that wholeheartedly, non-sarcastic. And then the sequel, issue 1, where it's Curse of the White Knight Harley Quinn, which is really cool. Outside of that, it's pretty much all I read this week because I'm done with Power Rangers and all caught up. Playing, really haven't played much. I got Watch Dogs installed, ran some benchmark tests, popped it on YouTube, and then haven't really played it, sadly. Watching is actually what I've been doing a lot. I've been actually watching a lot of like horror movies lately, going through the Hatchet series, the the Wrong Turns, then popping up on let's see whatever's on YouTube and or YouTube, HBO Max and Netflix. So just random shit.
All right, cool, awesome. Well, what I'm reading, playing, and watching, reading actually not much, just that one X of Swords issue. Didn't read any other comics this week. Playing, played some Mega Man, did some speed run practice and whatnot. Actually did beat my personal time by a second, so I beat it in an hour and 10 minutes. Watching this, believe it or not, I know each week I say, well, I'm not watching much, some Futurama, blah, 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 blah. Watching this week was heavy by my standards, as obviously I watched The Mandalorian twice. Actually, I've seen that twice. But I've actually went back and started watching Dragon Ball Super. So finally decided to be a real Dragon Ball Z fan and log into the Funimation app there and start going through that content. So.
And when he means watching, he's like no doubt watching. Like he turned around and was like, I just started a couple days ago. He's already halfway through the fucking series. I'm like, what the hell?
It's hilarious.
It
sounds like me when I rushed through freaking Naruto. Like I put my phone like right here while I was washing dishes so that I could watch it like anywhere in the house. Like, all right, I'm gonna prop it up over here, and I'm gonna prop it. Like I sped through that.
Yeah.
And then
well,
I hit Baruto, and I was like, ew, what is this?
Yeah. Well, I actually think Barto's pretty good. I mean, from what I've seen of it, I don't know. I'm
I
still.
watched, like, I want to say, like, 5 or 6 episodes in, and I was just
Same
like,
here.
I'm not feeling this.
It's back to like the original Naruto, where it's a lot more comical and a lot less Shippuden, where it's more serious and action based.
Yeah.
Right, it's like we already went through little kid stage. We don't want to go back to little kid stage. We want the more mature stuff, and that's kind of like what it did. We grew with the episodes, and it was kind of like we don't want to reverse. Like, are you trying to pull in new fans, kids again? Because us adults that have been watching it are mad that you reverted us back. Like, give us shit.
Yeah.
I don't want to restart.
I think the creators of Naruto could actually learn a lot from the writers of the Dragon Ball Super, because I'm just watching this and I'm like, how the fuck are they successfully retreading all this? Why am I enjoying them actually still fighting Frieza? I mean, how Frieza is somehow at their power level again, somewhat of a hard pill to swallow, but it does make sense to say,
Because that's not his final form.
right. Well, other than that, and their explanation is, oh, well, no one of his race actually ever tries because they're superior. But yeah, he just trains for 4 months and boom, he's fucking Super Saiyan Blue level. So, I mean, what?
I lost interest in Dragon Ball Z after, like, the Buu saga, and, like, anything else after it was kind of like, y'all remade this without, like, the long fight scenes, and then you did this, and then you did that, and it's like, it was just too much for me.
Oh, you're talking about DBZ
My
Kai.
favorite is still Dragon Ball, not without any of the extra shit attached to it.
Okay.
Super's really good though. Like,
I think because Super is self-aware.
Yeah.
It's like they're saying, okay, let's write this so they can't do a Dragon Ball Z abridged. So it's very self-aware, and I think that actually does make it really, really good. That it knows where it's ridiculous and just kind of navigates it a bit better. Like Goku's like, oh, somebody else that yells a lot when they power up. Okay, it's like that's funny. Okay.
Let's all just say at least all this is better than GT.
I don't hate on GT. I like GT. Sorry.
GT's all right in its
All
own
of
way,
it's
but
better than the live
it's all right
action.
in its own way.
Oh, the live action is an
That
atrocity.
doesn't exist. Get out of here.
That doesn't exist. It's not a thing.
Absolute atrocity.
I seen, like, the trailer to it. It was like, ew.
The dude from Buffy that played Piccolo.
Oh, Spike.
remember
Oh, he
seeing
did. He did play
Piccolo.
Piccolo, didn't he? I remember that now that you mention it. Yeah.
It's like
Horrible.
green body
Horrible.
paint.
But Dragon Ball Super is not horrible, so I'm enjoying that. And that's it. That's what I'm reading, playing, and watching, and that's what we're reading and playing and watching. So with that, we're gonna head on out of here. But before we go, as customary, let's just make sure that you know where to find everybody. So Jelly Rose, before we head on out of here, make sure we know where we can find you.
So I'm a hermit, so you're gonna have to find me on Twitter at J3LOI3 ROS3. Or you can also find Instagram and TikTok, while you can find me at Twitch and YouTube at Jelly Rose, spelled normally.
Right.
That's about it.
All right, awesome. And J100, sir, where can we find you?
You can find me on Twitch, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook at J100 JONE HUNDRED. On YouTube, it's J100 TV. My stream schedule, I don't even know what it is. So check out my Twitter and check out Twitch, and when you see me on there, say hello, because I don't know what my stream schedule is anymore, because I'm going to be a big boy and I'm going to go to work with my big boy shoes. And yeah,
Big boy
and then
pants
Sundays,
too, I hope.
you can check me here on Omega Level Nerd.
Who needs pants?
I know, right? I didn't want to put clothes on today. But I'm like, damn it, we got podcasts. I gotta put freaking clothes on. Don't you guys see my Discord status?
I've been wearing whatever, but now I gotta wear like chinos. I'm about to try them on too. I got some extra ones and stuff too. I got some new boots. I'm about to do a fashion show up in this bitch. I'm about to roll up my chinos and got my cool little dress socks and stuff because I don't wear normal socks. I always wear crazy dress socks. Now I get to wear my crazy dress socks with dress stuff, and yeah,
nice.
That's how Happy Hubs was. He's like, I need socks. These ones have little martinis on it, and these ones have beer glasses on it. I'm like, yeah, whatever kind of socks you want, you can get it. It's like, these ones have pizzas on it. I'm like, who's seeing your socks though? Me, I see my socks. Okay, honey. You get whatever socks you
pulling
want.
up one of those pant legs at work, like, hey, where's that account at?
See, that's why you get the chinos and you roll them up already. You already got them up. You already got them flooding. You don't got to pull them up. You just roll them up like that. That's why you wear the chinos. Boy, I'm about to be selling me some cars, fam. I'm telling you.
All right, good stuff. You got it. Exactly. You got it. Service is everything there. All right, Volsker, where can we find you?
Everybody, you can find me over on the YouTube. Still not cool enough. Getting closer, but just pop in Volsker. I don't have a direct URL. Over on Twitter, at Volsker, Vulsker. Then Instagram, I am Volsker. Facebook, Volsker as well. And then twitch.tv/Volsker. Then every Sunday, getting hot and nerdy up in here with the Omega Level Nerds.
Yeah, that's right. That is right. And you can find your buddy D Square also on Twitter at DSquare72, twitch.tv/DSquare72. And if you just pop in Uncanny X-Men or how to get into comics in YouTube, you will find my House of D channel there as well. Of course, I do review comics for a little site known as superheroespeak.com, so make sure that you check that out as well. But what I really would like is to do Stream Raiders on my stream. So please go to twitch.tv/DSquare72 or right here, just I need to get, one of the channels here to 100 follows. Because what I really like to do is I got a lot of comics that I need to bag and board, and I'd love to do the Stream Raiders as I'm doing that as well. I think it could be fun. I did do some bag and boarding on the Omega Level channel here, the Omega Level Nerds channel here, and that was actually kind of cool because they were all recent comics, so I had a lot to say, so maybe want to check that VOD out. I definitely want to do more of that. So please, give us a follow here on the Omega Level Nerds, as well as DSquare72. Check that out. I really like to do that. Other than that, guys, of course, the official Omega Level Nerds Twitter at Omega Level Nerds on Twitter. That's where you get all sorts of updates. My power went out today, so the show was late, and I threw that update out there on Twitter. So if you want to get those updates as well as other commentary and news, geek news items, that's the place to be. So please follow us at Omega Level Nerds on Twitter. Appreciate that very, very much. But of course, every Sunday, 9:30 Eastern Standard Time, technical problems notwithstanding, you will find me here on the Omega Level Nerds Twitch channel in the Omega Level Nerds podcast. Until next time, guys, thank you so much. Thank you, everyone in chat. Peace and love, and we'll talk to you again very soon.
You know the way.
Absolutely.